अमूमन सिफारतकार जो होते हैं वो दूसरे ममालिक में जाकर पाकिस्तान की या किसी भी दूसरे मुल्क के दो तरफ़ा ताल्लुकात को बेहतर से बेहतर बनाने की कोशिश में कोशा रहते हैं, मगर इनकी शख्सियत का ख़ासा ये है कि सिफारतकारी के अलावा भी पाकिस्तान के जितने भी पहलू हैं, पाकिस्तान की सकाफ़त के, पाकिस्तान के अंदरूनी जितने भी रंग हैं, ये उनको बहुत पसंद करते हैं और हमें अक्सर मुख्तलिफ़ जगहों पर भी दिखाई देते हैं, चाहे उनका ताल्लुक हेल्थ से हो, एजुकेशन से हो, कल्चर से हो, या किसी भी आप डिपार्टमेंट की बात करें, किसी वॉक ऑफ लाइफ की बात करें। माची पिसार्की, एम्बेसडर ऑफ पोलैंड, वेलकम टू समा पॉडकास्ट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, बहुत शुक्रिया, thank you very much for having me. I am happy to be with you and with SAMAA's viewers.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time, and obviously we'll be trying to extract best out of it because we wanted a person who can talk about Pakistan and obviously the bilateral diplomatic ties between Pakistan and Poland. So first of all, you might be taking it as a very cliche question. People usually ask this question, raise this question with the diplomats. So I'm going to raise that question first of all. How do you find Pakistan? What's your experience here?
My experience in Pakistan has been very gratifying, interesting, at times challenging, but this is life.
We'll talk about it.
But it's been very, very positive overall.
Overall. So why challenging? Let's start from that point.
Oh, different reasons. And then, well, we can start from the climate, which is quite different to my country. And especially this summer experience, it's been extraordinary.
It's heavy on even on the Pakistanis as well. We have never ever experienced this sort of harshest summer in the past. So obviously I can understand and your emotions towards climate change right now. But fetching all the points from climate change, first challenge you mentioned that I'm facing climate change issues and its impact in Pakistan. So just for your information that we recently had, it's almost a year or so, that we had the hardest floods in Pakistan. That was devastating on many, and millions were homeless, and still we are trying to cope up with that. So how do you see Pakistan, the minimum carbon producer, or probably a zero carbon producer? So still Pakistan is going through all this. How do you rate that?
Well, that's the nature of the challenge, which is the climate change. Because climate change does not know any borders. I mean, this is a global phenomenon, and we are all dependent on it. So I think that only joint action can somehow allow us to meet those challenges. But it's not only Pakistan, and I can tell you that also in my country, in Poland, we have experienced the palpable evidence of the climate change. The weather became very violent. We have experienced heat waves, maybe not such high temperatures like in Pakistan, but still very unusual, uncommon phenomena. So I think that this can be a platform. This can create a platform for joint actions, bilaterally, but mostly multilaterally, because no country singularly can solve challenge like those of the climate change.
Excellency, we'll be talking about many points today, but the first thing that comes to my mind, because Pakistan is after climate change, there is another issue that is very common for Poland and Pakistan. If we look at the seriousness of the nature, Pakistan is dealing with a very dangerous border, and I'm talking about Pakistan and Afghanistan border, 2,600 kilometer long, and filled up with all sorts of challenges for the forces, from the forces to common people like who are living inside the borders. But we are seeing the impact of this porous, dangerous border. We still were able to cope up with many challenges after we built this fence on the whole border. But still, how do you see that? How do you narrate the story that is happening in Poland and like Belarus, you are also facing infiltration and illegal crossings and things like that. So tell us something about that.
Well, we are talking about here about another global phenomenon, which is the increased tensions between major actors. We are talking about deepening instability and then tensions between countries. So that all translates into much more volatile, much more unpredictable and dangerous international environment. So yes, this is a global phenomenon. But you're right. This phenomenon has had the kind of regional incarnations, if I may put it that way. In case of Poland, that would be first and foremost this unprovoked illegal war of aggression against Ukraine by the Russian Federation that has impacted Poland's sense of security a great deal. Also exerted lots of costs in terms of human experience, in terms of the economy, but also another global phenomenon, which is this huge migration waves, and we have experienced over the last 3 years a very tense situation on the Polish-Belarusian border. I have just learned that there have been more than 100,000 attempts of illegal crossing.
It is huge.
It's huge. It's huge. Because we are talking here about an organized and facilitated effort basically to destabilize the European Union. And this is some sort of the hybrid war. We call it in this current parley of political experts, foreign policy experts. So this is using this kind of natural desires or reasons on behalf of many people who have found themselves in a dire situation to seek a better life in a different place, and take this and use it as an instrument in a political struggle.
Exactly.
And this is very disturbing.
So how do you compare the both situations of Poland and Pakistan? Because when I usually see reports from EU countries or other countries, when Pakistan talks about sending back the illegally residing foreigners in Pakistan. Let's go around about it. So when it's about Pakistan's step about sending them back to their home countries, Pakistan comes under criticism that why they are evicting people or they are asking people forcibly to go back, when you can truly correlate that no country allows any foreigner or any illegally person who's trying to cross border illegally or coming into a country or living there. So how do you compare that situation with Pakistan? Now do you see that Pakistan is right in doing so, or what's your idea on that?
Well, I see a certain parallels, of course. First is that both our countries have experience of being in the neighborhood of a major military conflict, and that creates certain unwanted or certain challenges. That's number one. Number two, you're right. Serious countries should be in a position to manage their borders, and should exercise this power of deciding who is let in or not, because of different reasons. Of course, there are also differences, and the differences really stemmed from the regional situations. In case of Poland, we have admitted millions of Ukrainians refugees.
Yeah.
People, fleeing from a country which became basically a target of an aggression, and they've been, welcomed with open hearts and open doors. We still have around 1 million of those refugees.